Hello, my wonderful students, and welcome back to the Super English Talks. Do you know why many English learners quit after years of study? It's because they don't use English in real, daily life. They study words, grammar, and books, but not real situations. So, stay with me, because in this episode of Super English Talks, you'll practice real English through shadowing and listening. You'll follow a normal day from morning to night, and you'll hear short, easy sentences you can repeat out loud. You can listen anywhere at home, on the bus, or while walking. Just follow my voice and repeat the sentences. Are you ready? Let's begin. Morning, waking up. The sun is rising slowly. The sky is soft and orange. Light comes into my room. It touches my face. I open my eyes slowly. My eyes still feel heavy. I don't want to get up, but I stretch my arms. I stretch again. I yawn. My alarm rings loudly. Beep, beep, beep. I turn it off. The room is quiet again. I sit up. I look around. My bed is warm and soft. I stand up and walk to the window. Outside, the street is waking up too. A man says, "Good morning." I smile and say, "Good morning." His dog barks once, then sits down. The dog watches the street. Children walk to school. They wear colorful backpacks. Some walk slowly. Some run and laugh. One girl eats a banana. A boy kicks a rock down the road. A woman carries a baby. The baby looks around and holds a small toy. The woman sings softly. A man rides a bike fast. He wears a yellow jacket and waves to someone. The street is full of life. It's a busy morning, but it feels peaceful. Getting ready. I walk to the bathroom. The tiles are cold under my feet. I turn on the light. I look in the mirror. My hair is messy. I smile. I brush my teeth. I move the brush up and down. I rinse my mouth. I feel fresh. I wash my face with warm water. The water feels good. I dry my face with a towel. Now I feel awake. Breakfast time. I walk to the kitchen. My sister is making coffee. I can smell it. It smells strong and nice. She pours the coffee into 2 cups. One for her, one for Dad. My brother is in the shower. I hear water running. He sings loudly. He always sings in the shower. It makes me laugh. Mom is cooking breakfast. She fries eggs in a pan. She toasts bread and cuts some fruit. Dad sits at the table. He reads the newspaper. He drinks his coffee slowly. He turns the page and says, "The weather is nice today." We all say, "Good morning." We sit together at the table. The table is small but full of food. There is toast, butter, and honey. The eggs are warm. We drink tea. We talk about the day. Who will do what? Who needs to go where? My little brother spills his juice. It goes all over the table. We all say, "Oh no." Then we laugh. He laughs too. He wipes it with a napkin. Mom helps him clean it. It's a normal morning. It's simple. It's warm. It's family. Getting ready to go. I finish breakfast. I take my plate to the sink. I wash it with soap. The water is warm. I dry my hands. I go to my room. I check the time. It's almost 8 o'clock. I need to leave soon. I pack my bag. I put in my notebook. I add a pen, a snack, and my water bottle. Then I zip the bag. I put on my socks and tie my shoes. I wear my jacket. It's cool outside. I check my phone. I check my keys. I'm ready to go. I say, "Goodbye, Mom." "Goodbye, Dad." My sister says, "Don't forget your lunch." I smile. "Thanks." I open the door. The air feels fresh. The sky is bright. Leaves move in the wind. I take a deep breath. A new day begins. On the way, I walk to the bus stop. I see my neighbor walking his dog. The dog wags its tail. A little girl waves at me. I wave back. Two students walk ahead of me. They talk and laugh. One carries a big backpack. They wear the same school uniform. A man in a blue shirt rides a bike. He wears a helmet and rings his bell. He passes us and smiles. A delivery truck drives by. It makes a loud noise. It stops at a house. The driver takes out a big box. I reach the bus stop. There are a few people waiting. One woman is talking on her phone. She speaks another language. An old man reads a newspaper. He turns the pages slowly. A teenager listens to music. His head moves with the beat. The bus is not here yet. I check the time again. Still a few minutes. I look around. The trees are green. Birds fly from one branch to another. A cat sleeps under a bench. The wind feels soft on my face. It's a peaceful moment. Just another beautiful morning. On the bus. Then I hear the bus coming. It's far at first, but the sound gets louder. The engine hums. It gets closer and closer. Finally, it stops in front of us. The door opens with a soft whoosh. I step up. I say hello to the driver. He smiles and nods. I tap my card. Beep. I walk down the aisle and find a seat by the window. I sit down. I take off my bag and place it on my lap. The bus starts to move. It rolls slowly through the town. The road is smooth. The buildings pass by one. I look outside. I see people walking to work. I see cars waiting at red lights. I see a bakery on the corner. People are buying fresh bread. I can almost smell it. Warm, sweet, and soft. A man is sweeping the sidewalk. He moves his broom carefully. He works with patience. A small child waves from a window. I smile and wave back. The bus goes over a small bridge. I look down. There's water below. It's calm and shiny. A few ducks swim slowly in a line. The bus moves on. The seat feels soft. The air inside is warm. Outside, the city is busy. But it feels peaceful from here. I check the screen above the driver. The next stop is mine. I press the button. Ding. The bus slows down. It stops gently. I stand up. I hold my bag. I say thank you to the driver. He says, "Have a nice day." I smile. "Thanks. You too." At work. I step off the bus. The air outside feels cool. I'm near my workplace now. I walk down the street. I see tall buildings and green trees. Cars pass by slowly. My building is gray and tall. There are many windows. The glass shines in the sunlight. I walk inside. The lobby is quiet. I go up the stairs. At the door, I see my coworker, Sarah. She smiles and says, "Morning." I say, "Good morning." We walk in together. The hallway is calm. Some lights are already on. I hear footsteps above us. Someone is walking on the next floor. I enter the office. It's warm inside. The lights are soft. Sunlight comes through the big windows. I see my desk. It's clean and ready. I take off my jacket. I hang it on the chair. I place my bag under the desk. I sit down slowly. I take a deep breath. The day is beginning. I turn on my computer. It makes a soft sound. The screen lights up blue. I type my password. Click, click, click. My inbox opens. There are 5 new emails. One is from my manager. She says, "Please send the report." Another is from a client. He asks for more information. I read each message carefully. Then I start to reply. I write slowly and clearly. I check my spelling. I read again. Then I click send. My coworker, John, walks by. He holds a cup of coffee. He says, "Big day today." I smile. "Yeah, lots to do." He laughs and walks away. I open my notebook. I look at my to-do list. It's long today. I will start with the report. I open the file. I read the first paragraph. I fix 2 small mistakes. Then I add a few more details. I type slowly and carefully. I give the report a clear title. I check everything again. When I finish, I click Save. Then I send it to my manager. A few minutes later, she replies. She says, "Great work." "Thank you." I smile. I feel proud. Morning break. At 10:30, it's break time. I stand up and stretch my arms. I walk to the small kitchen. Sarah is already there. She's pouring coffee into a cup. The smell is rich and warm. She offers me a cup. "Want some?" she asks. I say, "Yes, please." "Thank you." Jane walks in. She's holding a plate of cookies. "They're fresh," she says. "I made them last night. They smell like chocolate and butter." We all say, "Yum." We sit at the small table. The chairs creak softly. We drink coffee and eat cookies. They taste sweet and soft. We talk about movies. Sarah says she watched a funny one last night. Jane says she likes action movies. I say I like stories that make me think. We laugh and share ideas. It's a nice, quiet break. The coffee feels warm in my hands. The cookies taste good. Outside, the sun shines through the window. It's a simple moment, but it feels good. We smile. We relax. We enjoy the morning together. After the break, back to work. Sarah watched a new film last night. She says it was funny. Jane laughs. She loves comedies too. John joins us. He's holding a banana. He peels it and takes a bite. He smiles and says, "Want to hear a joke?" We all nod. He tells the joke. It's silly, but funny. Everyone laughs. The room feels light and happy. The sound of laughter fills the air. After 15 minutes, it's time to go back. We clean up the table. I wash my cup. I rinse it with warm water. I dry my hands with a towel. The coffee smell still stays in the air. We walk back to our desks. The office feels calm again. I sit down. I look at the clock. It's 10:50. Still more work to do. Work continues. I make a phone call. A client answers. She has a question about her order. I listen carefully. I speak slowly and clearly. I explain the steps one by one. She understands. She says, "Thank you very much." I smile and say, "You're welcome." I write a few notes on my pad. I update a document. I organize some files. I move them into the right folders. Everything looks tidy now. Have you ever noticed how English feels easier when you practice through real conversations, not just grammar books? That's why, here in Super English Talks, we live daily life in English, step by step, moment by moment. Preparing for the meeting. I check my calendar. There's a team meeting at noon. I prepare for it. I read the agenda carefully. I write one question I want to ask. I feel ready. At 12 o'clock, we meet in the big room. There are 6 people today. We sit around the long table. Our manager smiles and says, "Let's start." She talks about our goals for the month. She explains the new project. We all listen carefully. I take notes. John asks a question about the deadline. Sarah shares a new idea. Jane writes on the whiteboard. Her handwriting is neat. I share my thoughts, too. Our manager says, "Good teamwork, everyone." We smile. We feel proud. The meeting ends. We stand up and stretch. It's almost lunchtime now. My stomach growls a little. I feel hungry. Lunch break. I walk back to my desk. I close my laptop and tidy up my space. Then I take my lunch from my bag. I stand and stretch my arms. It feels good to move after sitting. I walk to the break room. The lights are bright. The room smells like food. Someone is heating soup in the microwave. Another person is peeling an orange. The smell of citrus fills the air. I sit down at the table. Sarah sits across from me. She has a sandwich with cheese and lettuce. It looks fresh. Jane joins us. She brings rice and chicken. It smells delicious. We all say, "That looks good." I open my lunchbox. Today I have pasta. It's warm and smells like tomato and herbs. I take a bite. It tastes good, simple and soft. We talk while we eat. Sarah says she wants to watch another movie tonight. Jane says she might go shopping after work. I tell them I plan to read a book. The room is full of quiet voices and laughter. Spoons, forks, and cups make soft sounds. It's a normal lunch, but it feels friendly and calm. After we finish eating, we throw away the trash. I wash my lunchbox. I dry it and put it back in my bag. I take one last sip of water. Then I say, "Back to work." Sarah smiles. "Let's go." We walk out together. Ready for the afternoon. Lunch together. "I made it last night," I say. "It smells good. It has tomato sauce and cheese. I also have a small salad. The lettuce looks fresh and green. The dressing smells like lemon." John walks in with his lunch bag. He opens it and says, "Oh, I forgot a fork." We all laugh. Jane smiles and says, "I have an extra one." She gives it to him. John says, "You saved my life." We laugh again. The room feels light and friendly. We begin to eat. It's quiet for a moment. Everyone is enjoying their food. The pasta is warm and soft. The salad is cool and crunchy. I drink some water. It feels fresh and clean. Sarah starts a story. She says, "I went to a concert last weekend." Jane looks up and asks, "So really? Who is the band?" Sarah smiles. "They're called River Sound." The music was loud but amazing. John's eyes widen. "I love that band," he says. They start talking about their favorite songs. Jane says she likes one with the guitar solo. John says he loves the one that starts slow and ends fast. I listen and smile. I enjoy being with them. It feels relaxed, like being with a small family. Everyone is kind. Everyone listens. After eating, we clean up together. I throw away my napkin. I wash my container with warm water. I dry it with a paper towel. I wipe the table. John stands up and says, "Back to work." We all laugh. I check my phone. There's a message from my sister. It says, "Don't forget to call Grandma." I reply, "Thanks. I'll call her after work." A short walk outside. Before going back to work, I step outside. The sun is shining. The sky is clear and blue. There's a small park nearby. I walk there slowly. 2 kids are playing with a ball. Their father stands nearby, smiling. The kids laugh and run in circles. Their joy fills the air. I sit on a wooden bench. It feels warm from the sun. I lift my face and feel the sunlight. A gentle breeze touches my hair. Birds fly above the trees. Their wings move quickly, softly. A woman walks her dog. The dog sniffs the grass and wags its tail. A man sits under a big tree, reading a book. He turns the pages slowly. I take a deep breath. The air smells like flowers, fresh and sweet. I close my eyes for a moment. I feel calm. I feel ready for the rest of the day. I check the time on my phone. It's 1:25. Time to go back. Afternoon work. I walk back to the office. The building feels quiet again. Most people are already at their desks. Some are typing softly. Some are talking in low voices. The lights are gentle and warm. I sit at my desk. The room feels calm. Everyone is focused. I open my notebook. I look at my to-do list. There are still a few things to finish. I open a document for a new project. I read the first paragraph. Then I start typing. My fingers move slowly on the keyboard. Click, click, click. I check my spelling. I fix a few small mistakes. Then I save the file. File saved. I take a sip of water. My bottle is next to my keyboard. The water is cool. It helps me stay awake and fresh. John walks by. He holds a small bag of snacks. He says, "Do you want one?" I smile. "What do you have?" He shows me a small chocolate bar. I take one piece and say, "Thanks." He says, "No problem." He walks back to his desk, humming softly. I look at my screen again. I finish the paragraph. I save the file one more time. Then my phone rings. The sound is soft but clear. I pick it up. "Hello, this is Lena speaking." It's a client. She speaks slowly and clearly. She needs help with something. I listen carefully and take notes on my pad. She asks a question. I look for the answer. I say, "Please wait one moment." She says, "Okay." I check the document. I find the answer she needs. I go back to the call. I speak gently. I explain the steps one by one. She listens and says, "That helps a lot." "Thank you." I smile. "You're very welcome." I write down what we talked about. Then I close the note. The clock says 2:45. The afternoon is moving fast. Finishing the workday. I check the file carefully. I find the answer the client needs. I explain it step by step. She says, "Thank you very much." I say, "You're welcome." We end the call. I take a deep breath. The office is quiet now. I check my messages. I answer 2 emails. One is from my manager. She wants an update. I write back, "The report is ready." A moment later she replies, "Great job." I smile. I clean my desk. I put away my pens. I throw away a few old papers. I wipe the surface with a tissue. It looks clean and neat now. The space feels calm. I check tomorrow's calendar. There's one meeting in the morning. I write it down in my notebook. Then I take a short break. I walk to the kitchen. I fill my water bottle. The water is cold and fresh. I stretch my back. I roll my shoulders. It feels nice to move. Sarah walks in. She smiles and says, "Tired?" I laugh a little. Yeah, a little." She says, "Almost done." I nod. "Yeah, almost." I look at the clock. It shows 4:45. The workday is almost over. Getting ready to leave. I finish one last task. I organize my folders. I close all the open files on my computer. I check my email one more time. No new messages. I shut down my computer. The screen turns black. The soft hum fades. I stand up and stretch again. I feel a little tired, but happy. John waves from across the room. "Bye," he says. Sarah says, "See you tomorrow." I smile. "Take care, everyone." I grab my bag. I put on my jacket. I turn off my desk lamp. The light goes out with a quiet click. I walk to the door. I take one last look around the office. It feels peaceful. Then I step outside. The evening commute. I walk slowly to the bus stop. The sun is lower in the sky. The air feels cooler now. The sky is soft and orange. Clouds move slowly across it. People walk down the street. Some talk on their phones. Some look at their feet. Everyone is going home. I see a woman carrying shopping bags. She looks tired but calm. A man rides a scooter. He wears a helmet and a backpack. A small child runs to his mother. He laughs loudly and hugs her legs. At the corner, a dog barks once. It sits next to its owner. The owner pets its head. The dog's tail wags happily. I arrive at the bus stop. There are a few people waiting. An old man sits on the bench. He holds a wooden walking stick. A girl listens to music. She hums a song softly. Two friends stand nearby, chatting and laughing. Then I hear the sound of the bus. It slows down and stops. The doors open with a hiss. Warm air comes out from inside. I step on the bus. I smile and say, "Good evening." The driver nods. "Evening." I tap my card. Beep. I walk to the back. I find a seat by the window. I sit down. I take a deep breath. The bus moves forward. It rolls gently down the street. The ride home. I look outside. The town glows softly in the evening light. We pass a bakery. Warm lights shine through the window. People are buying bread and small cakes. A little boy holds a chocolate cookie. He smiles as he takes a bite. Next, we pass a flower shop. Colorful flowers sit in buckets. Red, yellow, white, and pink. They look fresh and bright. At the next corner, a man sells fruit from a small cart. Apples, bananas, oranges. He smiles at each customer. The bus stops at a red light. I look up at the sky. It's getting darker now. Streetlights blink on, one by one. Their glow reflects on the windows. The bus moves again. People get off at different stops. Others step on quietly. The soft sound of doors opening and closing fills the air. Soon I reach my stop. I press the button. Ding. The bus slows down and stops. I walk to the door. I say, "Thank you." The driver smiles. "Take care." I smile back. "You too." Coming home. I step off the bus. The street feels quiet and cool. I walk down my street slowly. The houses are calm and still. Some windows are lit with warm yellow light. I can hear a soft TV sound from far away. A cat sits on a fence. It watches me as I walk by. Its eyes shine in the streetlight. I reach my home. I take out my keys. I unlock the door. The sound of the key turning feels familiar. I step inside. I take off my shoes. The house feels warm and cozy. It smells faintly like dinner. I'm home. Home in the evening. My sister is in the kitchen. She's cutting vegetables. The smell of food fills the air. It smells like garlic and rice. My mom is folding clothes. She smiles and says, "Welcome back." I say, "Thanks. I'm tired." She says, "Dinner soon." My little brother runs to me. He says, "Look at my drawing." I say, "Wow, that's beautiful." He grins proudly and runs off again. I put my bag in my room. I wash my hands. Then I go to the kitchen. The kitchen smells wonderful. It's warm and bright. My sister stirs a pot on the stove. Steam rises softly. She hums a quiet tune. "Dinner will be ready soon," she says. I nod and smile. Mom sets the table. She places 5 plates, one for each of us. She adds spoons and forks. She folds napkins neatly. Then she lights a small candle. Its glow makes the room feel cozy. Dad comes in from the garden. There's soil on his hands. He says, "The flowers are growing fast." He washes his hands at the sink, dries them on a towel, and gives Mom a kiss on the cheek. She smiles. My little brother brings his toys. He puts them near the table. "Can my bear sit too?" he asks. We all laugh. Mom says, "Okay, just for tonight." My older brother walks in next. He's just come back from the gym. He's tired but happy. He grabs a glass of water and drinks slowly. Dinner together. The food is ready. We sit down together. There's rice, chicken, and salad. We also have bread and yogurt. Everyone talks softly. Dad tells us about his day at work. "It was busy," he says, "but I finished early." Mom talks about the neighbors. My sister shares a funny story. She helped a lost dog find its home. "It followed me for 3 blocks," she says. We all laugh. My little brother eats slowly. He drops some rice on the floor. "Oops," he says. We help him clean it up. No one is angry. We just smile. Dinner ends. We clean the table together. I wash the plates. My sister dries them. My brother puts them away. We work as a team. Dad makes tea for everyone. He adds sugar to Mom's cup. She likes it sweet. I take mine plain. My brother drinks milk instead. We sit in the living room. The TV plays soft music. We sip our drinks slowly. Mom sits in her favorite chair. She reads a book. Dad checks the weather on his phone. He says, "It might rain tomorrow." My sister plays with her cat. The cat jumps, runs, and hides in a box. We laugh when it peeks out again. Evening calm. I call my grandmother. She lives in another city. She answers quickly. Her voice is warm. She says, "I was just thinking of you." We talk for 10 minutes. I ask about her day. She tells me about her garden. "The tomatoes are big this year," she says. She asks about my job. I tell her it's going well. She says, "I'm proud of you." I smile. After the call, I go outside for a short walk. The evening air is cool and soft. I see my neighbor watering his flowers. He says, "Beautiful evening, isn't it?" I say, "Yeah, it's very peaceful." Kids ride their bikes down the street. They wear helmets and laugh as they race. Their wheels spin fast. The sky is dark blue now. The first stars begin to appear. Good night, the end of the day. They laugh and race each other. Their mother stands nearby. She waves at me. I wave back. I walk home from my evening walk. The street is quiet now. The lights in the windows glow softly. The breeze is cool and light. I take off my shoes and leave them by the door. I hang my jacket. "I'm home," I say. My sister looks up and smiles. "Welcome back," she says. She's watching a movie, sitting on the floor with a blanket. Mom is in the kitchen. She puts away the teacups. She wipes the table and turns off the lights. Dad is reading again. He sits in the corner chair, wearing his glasses. He turns the page slowly. My little brother is brushing his teeth. Then he comes to me and says, "Will you read me a story?" I smile and say, "Yeah, let's go." We go to his room. His bed is small and soft. He climbs in, smiling sleepily. Then he yawns. I open his favorite book. My voice is quiet. He listens, eyes half closed. Soon, he smiles one last time. I say, "Good night." He says, "Good night." "Thank you." I turn off the light. He closes his eyes. He falls asleep. I walk to the bathroom. I brush my teeth and wash my face. The water feels cool. I dry my hands and look in the mirror. I feel peaceful. My sister is still watching her movie. She laughs softly. The cat sleeps beside her. Its tail moves slowly like a wave. Mom walks quietly into my brother's room. She covers him with a blanket. She kisses his forehead and whispers, "Sweet dreams." Dad turns off his reading lamp. He stretches his arms, walks to the kitchen, and drinks one last glass of water. He says, "Good night, everyone." We all answer, "Good night." I go to my room. It's dark and quiet. I turn on a small lamp. I check my phone. There's one message from a friend. "Sleep well." I smile and reply, "You too." I open my notebook. I write one line. Today was a peaceful day. I stretch my arms. I close the window. The night air is cool. I lie down in bed. The pillow is soft. I pull the blanket up. I turn off the light. Outside, the world is calm. A dog barks in the distance. A car passes slowly. The trees move gently in the wind. The city is resting. The sky is dark. The stars are bright. The moon shines quietly. Everyone is winding down. Everyone is safe. Everyone is still. And me. I take a deep breath. I feel thankful. I feel calm. I feel ready for tomorrow. Good night, world. Good night, everyone. Good night. Okay, you did it. 1 full hour of English listening and shadowing. You listened, you spoke, you practiced. That's real progress. I'm Lena. And this was Super English Talks. Keep listening. Keep practicing. And most of all, keep believing in yourself. Bye for now.